this is Miss Winakur. Let's get started. I'm from 21st Century Pasco, and today we're going to be doing a read aloud. So today we're going to be reading a book called Giraffe Problems, and I want you to take a look at this cover and what do you notice? And pause the video so you can look at it a little bit more. I notice if you don't see the bottom of the book, you actually only see his neck. And think of what kind of problems giraffes can have. So this was written by Jory and illustrated by Lane Smith. And today we're going to be really focusing on why the author wrote this book, which is called Author's Purpose. So we have to think to ourselves as we're reading, and I don't know if you've done this before. I know I have. When I am reading a book, I think, why did the author write this? So when we're thinking about author's purpose, we are going to think of a pie. So P stands for persuade. So authors are going to use words in the book like you should do this, or I think this, or this is better than that, because they are trying to convince you of something or persuade you, talk you into something. So maybe the author wrote a book telling you how amazing skydiving is. Well, they're going to include lots of different things to convince you to skydive. Now, the next one we are going to learn about is informing. So this is when the authors try to teach you something or give you information. So books that are informing will have lots and lots of facts. And you might even see photographs or graphs or diagrams labeling parts. And I want you to think of your science units that you had in your classroom. Do you guys remember, for example, when my students are in 3rd grade, we read about frogs and we read all of these kinds of informational texts about frogs. Well, those kinds of books are the informing kind because the authors are trying to teach you something. And the last one is E, entertain. So this might be anything that has characters and elements of fantasy or any funny, sad, or frustrating actions. So I want you to think about any kind of book you've read. And have you guys ever felt like there was so many funny parts or the characters were doing something really hilarious or being silly? Or have you ever read a book that made you sad or frustrated? Well, those kinds of books are entertaining books. Authors write lots of books to entertain you. And as we're reading, I want you to remember, P is persuade, talking you into something. And I is informing, so giving you information. And E is entertain. So you're going to decide after we're done reading this book whether it's persuading, informing, or entertaining us. Why did the author write the book? So let's get started, and we are going to start reading Giraffe. Hi there, let's get started. So giraffe problems. When I open the book, I see a giraffe pattern. I think that's awesome. And this book, I already read it before I get to read it to you guys. And guess what? It's got my favorite kind of pages. So I'll show you as soon as we're done. Giraffe problems. I feel bad about my neck. I do. I can't help it. It's too long, too bendy, too narrow, too doopy, too patterned, too stretchy, too high, too lofty, too necky. Yes, my neck is too necky and everybody stares at it. Uh-oh. So remember, we're trying to figure out, is the author persuading us, informing us, or entertaining us? This guy, that guy, him, her, them, her again, whatever it is. My favorite kind of page. Yet I feel bad about my neck. I've tried dressing it up. I've added a scarf, 2 scarves, a bundle of scarves, a mountain of scarves. I've tried bow ties and regular ties and both. Poor giraffe. He just doesn't feel good. I've tried hiding it away. I've used shrubs. I've hung it out in ditches. I've stood behind trees. I've spent time in the river. Other animals have necks just like that just work. Take a gander at this zebra's neck. Stripes are always look good, so classic. Quit staring at me. Or gaze upon this elephant's neck. Strong and powerful, yet graceful. Stop talking about me. Or glimpse this lion who is adorned with glorious manes of flowing locks. What a sight. How inspiring. Why can't I have a neck like that? Are you always this loud? My mother said I should be proud of my neck. She said other animals would love to have a neck like this. Yeah, right. No offense, Mom, but nobody wants this neck. It's a neck that only a mother could love. It makes me want to hide until the sun sets. Sheesh. Good evening. I've been admiring your neck from afar. Oh, I wish my neck looked like yours. I'd get so much done in a day. Goodness, I can only imagine reaching and grabbing and looking around. I'd accomplish many of my goals for sure. Meanwhile, I'm saddled with this little excuse for a neck. Here, watch me try to stretch it out. Ugh. See, that's as far as it goes. Pathetic, right? I'm basically neckless. Sigh. So the turtle was talking on this page, and he seems like he's starting to feel just like Giraffe. You feel bad about your neck too? Yep. Huh. I'm Edward. It's lovely to meet you. I'm Cyrus, by the way. Can I tell you something else, Edward? Of course, Cyrus. There's a hill in the distance which you can surely see from your great vantage. I've stood on that very hill for 7 straight days, staring skyward, watching as a single piece of fruit, a lone banana, slowly changed from green to yellow ripening. I've endured windy nights and unreasonably brisk mornings, very little sleep, as I waited and hoped against hope that the fruit would drop before me so I can sample its sweetness and nourish myself in the process. Yet day after day, I felt like such a fool as I stretched my neck towards those greedy branches, only to be limited by my own physical shortcomings. Poor Cyrus. You want a banana from a tree? That's what I said, yes. Oop. Do you guys see this? Well, look. Here you go. Whump. Oh, you did it. You made it look so easy. Munch, 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 munch. Delectable. Do you guys know what delectable means? Oh my goodness. Have you ever had the sweetest piece of fruit? You know when watermelon comes from Hermiston and you can go and buy it at the grocery store? That's what I think is delectable. When you eat it and take that first bite of juicy watermelon, well, this banana is delectable just to the turtle. So what's a banana taste like, huh? It was worth the wait. Edward, face it, your neck is impressive. It allows you to do amazing things. For instance, you solved my week-long banana dilemma in 10 seconds. Well, thank you, Cyrus. I think you have a swell neck too. It's elegant and dignified, and it works with your shell. That means a great deal to me, Edward. So, do you like bow ties, Cyrus? I'm not sure, Edward. I've never had any experience with them. You look wonderful, Cyrus. As do you, Cyrus. Edward, sorry. Hey, you know what? We all make mistakes reading. I feel good about our necks, Edward. Thank you, Cyrus. For once, so do I. Yes, for once, so do I. Man, there was some really, really sad moments. Do you guys feel bad for the way that Giraffe was feeling at the beginning of the book? Because I know I did. And then finally, he met Cyrus, our turtle, who completely had the opposite problem than Giraffe. So now we have to decide, was the author trying to persuade us? Was the author trying to inform us? Or was the author trying to entertain us? So if he was persuading us, you would have heard, well, you should do this, or this is better than this. I don't remember reading that. So the next one was inform. So do we see any diagraphs or photographs or any facts in here? Nope. And then I did see talking animals, which is fantasy because in real life, animals don't talk like that. So which one of our author's purposes have fantasy and talking like fantasies and characters? So if you're thinking what I'm thinking, this author was trying to entertain us. And I think he did an amazing job entertaining us. So the next time you're reading a book, try to decide, is the author trying to persuade you, inform you, or entertain you? You decide.